I've been coming across certain posts on behalf of certain women who have been having the audacity, believe it or not, to come onto social media platforms and request so many thousands of dollars only for to date them, in order for men to date them. A perfect example will be on behalf of a woman who happens to be a single mom, black lady, that is, who created a profile on behalf of Facebook, probably Facebook dating, and she happens to demand a man pay her $5,000 in order to date her. And in her profile, on that note, she was saying how she has rent this $3,500. She has a light bill that's $350. Her hair, in order to maintain her hair, is $200. Then she's also, not only that, believe it or not, she's also in the profile demanding for a new car with insurance. Now, this lady is not a bad looking lady, nor is she all that pretty. She's just, I would say, average. Not only that, oh, and how about in the profile, she also said that she has two underage boys who are in need of school clothes and new J's. J's is short for Jordans. Air Jordans, what we call them, a lot of us black folks. Now, with the cost of living and inflation, people could barely afford to take care of themselves, much less take care of men specifically, could barely be able to take care of themselves. Because the average black man, judging from statistics in the United States alone, may make on average between $50,000 to $55,000. Yet and still there are women, just like when another woman, some Hispanic woman, how about she had the nerve to come on to another social media platform, I found out about it and listened to the video on Instagram. And how about this chick, tell me how delusional this sounds. She is demanding a man have to pay 50 grand a month. And thanks for joining the person on behalf of the person. Hi, I'm doing pretty good. Once again, thanks for joining. She's demanding a man pay 50 grand in order to take her out on a date, and then goes into detail why a man should be willing to spend 50 grand in order to date her. Now, don't get me wrong, she's not a bad looking woman by a long shot, but yet and still, it's men, like I just stated, it's black men in the US alone who are barely making $50,000 per year, that is. But yet and still, women, more and more modern day women, because this female happens to appear maybe in her 30s, anyways, and don't quote me on that, she could be a little bit older. She has the nerve to come onto social media and demand a man pay her 50 grand in order to date her. And this is why I feel like social media, and thanks for the other person who just joined my live. Okay, thanks for subscribing too. This is one of the main reasons why I also say social media has laid the blueprint for more and more females to be able to be bold enough to have even more and more higher and delusional requirements. Because think about the Kendra G show, how so many women, when kids by somebody else, are always demanding this man who has to make at least between 100 grand, sometimes 200 grand, sometimes even 300 grand. In very rare instances, he may have to be a millionaire in order to date her. Even if she's been used up, so to speak, even if she's been ran through, so to speak, by some guy who didn't plan on marrying her, but yet and still not enough to get her pregnant and abandon her with kids. These women are becoming more and more bold due to social media, and it's boosted ever since social media and smartphones first popped off. It's been giving more women more of an ego boost, I would say, too, has been making more women, to put it another way, more entitled, more arrogant. because I have talked about that in other previous videos of mine before. For some of you who just now maybe joining my live, feel free to tune into some of my older content, because you will find it very informative. You also will find it very thought-provocative. And you will begin, with the more you will start to tune into my content and my channel, the more your perspective on relationships, dating, as a matter of fact, life will start to change. That's why one reason I named my channel Broader Perspective. Anyways, let me go ahead and end this here video, this here live stream, because it was just something that randomly came to mind, how more and more women have become so entitled, to the point where they are coming on to social media platforms every day or every other day, demanding a man be willing to spend so much money on them, even if they may be below average looking, even if they may happen to be a woman with 10 kids by 5 different dudes, as a hypothetical example. They still are becoming more and more bold to demand that a man be a prince charming, so to speak, and be gullible enough to take on the role of taking care of them, and might as well say taking care of their kids too. Because fellas, how many times have you taken women out on dates, and not only will have to take them out on dates, especially my men without children, but will have to be obligated, might as well say, to take them along with their kids out, and then spend money on not just the woman and yourself, but spend the money on the kids as well. Or even worse, she may, before going out on a date, she may make it seem like prior to arranging a date, fellas, that it would just be the two of you going out on a date, so you could both be able to know each other on a much more personal, intimate level, only to just catch you out the blue, so to speak, and bring her kids. Because it's a well-known fact that more women, the majority of women have multiple kids instead of just one kid, and some on average may have as many as 5 kids, and that's just more money you'll have to end up splurging with. And then, and not only that, anytime you may be a man without kids, you may be dating a woman with kids, think about how, if you may be employed, how you may have to take on a job of working an extra job on the side, in some cases more than 2 jobs, just to be able to date the woman and be able to keep her, and be able to not only that, help take care of her, yourself, and her kids, which is even that much more of a headache and a burden, I would say, especially on behalf of a man who doesn't have kids himself. Anyways, make sure to like this here video, make sure you share this here video, you comment down below, and you also share my channel, Broader Perspective. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm out.